This is Soggy Nachos Podcast. My name is Jonell, Big Charlie right there, my man Frank Nitty, and we got something to discuss. Because you see, scrambling quarterbacks have always been a point of contention on this show, right? Can we say that? It's a thing where, Frank says no, Charlie says maybe, Jonell used to say maybe, and now says no. That's kind of basically where we are, right? That being said, so Lamar Jackson, you got a lot on your shoulders, man. You got a lot on your shoulders for Charlie because just quite frankly, bro, let me just give you a little background here. See, I grew up arguing football with my dad. He's always hated scrambling quarterbacks. I never saw the problem with it. There is a problem, especially when it comes to the postseason. We are in 2024 now. When is the last time we've seen a scrambling quarterback win a Super Bowl? It's bad for several reasons. It's triple, quadruple fold. It's they get hurt a lot. They don't feel the need to learn the essentials of quarterbacking sometimes. And listen, I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. A lot of times, scrambling is simultaneous with African American. No, C.J. Stroud, Jordan Love, they're all showing you. Patrick Mahomes, they're all showing you that is not the case. Okay. That being said, I'm gonna get the floor to my man Chuck.
Lamar Jackson's our last hope, guys. Like, Lamar Jackson, it's our last hope because I don't like to judge football on what football used to be. Like, what was the case? There wasn't that many scrambling quarterbacks back in the day. So they're like, oh, there was only like 3 of them and they never won Super Bowls, like Randall Cunningham and Frank Tarkenton or whatever, like there wasn't that many scrambling. Now that there's a lot, the data's starting to compile that they still don't win Super Bowls. Like Lamar is going to have his second MVP, and if he wins this week, he'll have his second playoff win. Like that's not good. Now Jalen Hurts helped the cause. Jalen Hurts helped the cause last year by getting to the Super Bowl, being a scrambling quarterback. But outside of him, Cam got there once. Vic never got there. RG3, like it's not a good resume. They put together good regular season performances, and when it comes to the postseason, they kind of falter because it's time when you have to win through the air. Like Jonell mentioned, C.J. Stroud won through the air. Jordan Love. Like you gotta in the postseason, you gotta put the team on your back with your arm and not your legs. So if Lamar Jackson loses this week, it'll be very rough for somebody to convince me to take a guy like Jaden Daniels in the draft over a guy like Drake May. And some people on the podcast already thinks that's crazy. But you could have a case. But if Lamar goes one and done again, I mean, the case might be closed.
Yeah, I mean, this is football, guys. And because it's football, we have to just kind of take things into account. And it sounds bad when we just talk about them as scrambling quarterbacks. It's the mentality that you have as a quarterback when you're scrambling and like how you learn the game and how you developed in your progressions and how you see the field. It's like those guys aren't the guys that I want in a situation where, hey, guess what, defense? Guess what, offense? I'm the defense, and I know you need to pass the ball, and I know you need to move the ball down the field. You're down by 10 points. It takes away a whole element that a lot of what they do is predicated on, which is why it doesn't work. Because in the postseason, you're going up against the best defenses, typically the best quarterbacks. You're playing against the best coordinators, the guys that know what to do when you get here. And it's like, that's where that falters. To me, I've been quiet this year because I've watched Lamar. He struggled at the beginning of the year, got better during the course of the year. It looked better. He's playing the best quarterback of his career. He's not really been like a super scrambling guy this year. But it's like, okay, what happens when game script off and like you revert to whatever your natural tendencies are? Maybe his game has taken a leap, but if he loses to C.J. Stroud, you know what I'm saying? I know C.J. is a beast, but if they don't even get a win, there's a lot to be said about that. This isn't a thing that works, and I already don't think it's a thing that works, regardless if they win or not. You know what I'm saying? But it really ends the case. You know what I'm saying, for anybody else.
And I'm saying like this, man. No disrespect to Lamar, I think CJ gonna pluck him. I seen something last week. I think he's gonna pluck him, man. Listen, the Texans have that thing that Charlie talks about. That's not offense, defense, or special teams. That's just that other thing that your team has that wins. Like I don't even know what it is. It's like that feel. You have that this year. Now, I mean I could be wrong, obviously. But I'm saying, I'm putting my Soggy Nachos reputation on the line, which I had a stellar record last week, by the way. I was 5 out of 6, but F Dallas, so I'm happy that happened. But anyways, that being said, though, yeah, man, I think the playoffs will always show you that it's about quarterbacks and another thing that Charlie likes to talk about, coaching. So, yeah, man.
Yeah.
So,
Look, that shows up. Let me ask you a question, Charlie, because you the one that loved this scrambling shit too much. You know what I'm saying? If the game is on the line, like we getting into like a 4-minute drill, like and it's a close game, which quarterback do you want? Do you want CJ Stroud or do you want Lamar Jackson today? Before the game is played.
In honor of the Iowa caucus, I'm gonna go in circles around that question.
We want to thank the great people of Iowa. Thank you. We love you all.
Listen, what I'm saying, coaching, what you were talking about the Texans, look, they're so young, they don't know no better, okay? They don't know that this moment is too big for them,
right?
Okay? The Texans, they got young coach, young quarterback, young OC, young defensive. They got the offensive rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year. I think that's going to be the second time and that's happened. I think the Jets did it a couple years ago, but this one's a quarterback, like that kind of, that's a big difference. CJ Stroud's a top 5 guy. This is 2 potentially top 5 quarterbacks, heading off against each other. I got Lamar. That goes without saying. That's my Super Bowl pick. But yeah, I mean,
and look,
honestly,
I want to be fair here because I want to admit to some bias. I was randomly in Houston this past weekend. It was like random. I wasn't supposed to be for the game, but I just happened to be in Houston, and there were a lot of Browns jerseys walking around, like a lot of them. Like we were out doing stuff because I was out there for an event. So that being said, though, it's like he lifted the whole city of Houston up when we went back out later. It's like all those Browns fans, they were like legitimately sad. The Houston fans were legitimately happy. I think the Browns were kind of felt like they were going to win. Like that's what the feel in the city was. You know what I'm saying? So that was tough, man. I'm a believer. CJ a bad boy, man.
We can't be stopped now because it's bad boy for life.
Bad boy.
He is. He just. I'm sorry. The Ravens are the best team in the league. So like he's not going to go against this Browns good defense. They're still the Browns. Okay. These are the Ravens. Like he's gonna go against them, their defense, and stare Lamar Jackson in the face. I don't think he's ready. He's good, great. Just don't think.
Before we get out of here, Frank, who you got, man?
Oh, in that game, I have the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? If everything I said last week, you know what I'm saying, is supposed to come to fruition, then the Ravens should win this game. If they don't,
we're gonna have a talk offline about you and your selections, man. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I'm just saying, bro. They're supposed to win the game. Like it's like if ever the scrambler is supposed to get it, this is the time. And I'm giving him.
I get it. I mean, I know why John L picked CJ Stroud. That's his favorite quarterback. That's his guy. So,
thank you, man.
You.
That's not true. We done, man. Soggy Nachos podcast. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, share, subscribe, tell somebody about it.
Lamar, don't do me dirty, man. Don't do me dirty.
You better not.